Crosswords. This guy. Alright, I'm going to have to use my thumbs not to point myself out, but to type from here on in. I'm only on Tuesday, April the 9th. That's so long ago. That's 40 days ago. 40 days and 40 nights. Let's give it a go. Let's warm up with the concise from that Tuesday. We're looking out for a Nina. That's some kind of hidden lanyap in the puzzle. Willing to its pretentious behaviour as airs and grace. I think everything's going to begin with an A. Maybe not, because that doesn't. Sitter. Is cognac high quality? I don't know. Cats is certainly not. Snag, serpent, probably a snake. Pacific salmon, that's a Chinook. Amazons. Surreptitious, a word of which I am very fond. There's a playgoer. The Hudson River. Lard. Fiction. Loser. For it's not. Oh, I thought it was for Chinook. Concede it's not Chinook at all. Sockeye. Yeah, okay, we changed this to animus. Change that to sockeye. So I was being so clever with Chinook, but I was not being clever. I was being frightening. Is a scare, slay a dragon, caper, helpful, overgrow. Didn't see that so often. Not in the past tense. In season, problem, and risky. So what is the Nina? Don't see anything in the crossroads. Don't see anything in the down rows, unless Pal Gank in column 10 is something, which I don't think it is. Sometimes there are oh yep. Okay, so from the M of Amazon I see mirror, but then it goes a bit wrong. Mirror. What about the other diagonal? Mirrors? No. Feels like it can't be an accident that there is a mirror. Mirror image. This isn't a real puzzle, but it's just something that I like to try and spot if I can. Mirror, must be something to do with that mirror. Why can't I see anything else? Alright, let's have a look, see what people said about this one. Magoo did that 13 seconds faster than me. He's so good. He's the best. Diagonally from the second and first of 13 across. Okay, so we've got the mirror from, and then we have mirror cracked. Oh yes, okay. So from the Sea of Cognac we have mirror cracked, and the mirror cracked from side to side is an Agatha Christie novel, and also probably a Tennyson poem. I'm looking very shaggy, aren't I? Probably need a haircut. Really slowing me down. I can't see any of the clues. No, I don't want to go back doing this day's puzzles. Let's do some actual cryptics, shall we? Alright, beg to be included. Okay, it's hidden inside job centre. Attendees look to carry on in recession. I triumphed in broadcast. Okay, a homophone of 1. Scoff at bear repeatedly, that's 2 poos, double poo. Poem about the theatre, ode on a nightingale. Bishop and I, plugging noblemen, sparkling water. Broadcast by single politician causes damage. Air by 1 MP. A place to go for moles. Surely that's your dermatologist. Curse I heard after returning as it happened. So reverse live plus a homophone of I. Hidden in exile murdering. We have Lemur. Abuse obese top celebrities are a fat A-list. Turning tail. Sailor is a traitor. So we take Tar, Jolly Jack Tar, and reverse it. What cat does in street? Backing inexperienced leader. Cut expenditure on comedies. That's an anagram of economized. Article about yours truly. I mean, that's the about me, right? That's an idea, a theme. I don't really understand that. Dear wife, no longer. That's an X. Brooding is pensive. On tour, did you say, or soldiers? I mean, okay, so this is a homophone of troops, and it's troops like soldiers. Little dog running up and down. That's a palindromic pup. Eastern nation upset rival. Okay, an anagram of nation after Eastern. We get Etonian. Look to carry on. Okay, to carry on is keep. Carry on going, keep going. What's this sparkling water? Perrier. RR is a Right Reverend Bishop. One in charge. Anagram of large tour. Regulator. Place to go for moles. Disappointed engineer. Trusted RAF. Anagram of trusted RAF. Frustrated. Still don't know where we're going for moles. Look back at satirical show on radio. That's a homophone of review. UE. Soldier being discreet as a private. Hey, Vinyl. Good to see you again. Girl losing her head. Lass minus L. What cat does in street news? Lots of news in West London. Backing inexperienced leader. War reversed plus head. This is a moose having a change of heart. We get Inspector Morse. A place to go for moles. A gents is a loo, or a place to go. I'm all rusted up, but I got there in the end. 3 minutes. Bubbles? I don't know. Bubbles might be a new setter. How do I get a gig setting the quick cryptic? Maybe I should be deluging Richard Rogan with quick cryptic puzzles. Maybe he'd let me do one, because I've got a little bit of cachet for a few more months until I lose the cup. Alright, never say die though, never say die. Cryptic from 40 days ago. Pam's disco dancing is somewhat erratic. Looks like an anagram of spasmodic. Go on to gatecrash, very pathetic party. Oh, the pay is low, isn't it? Worked hard, putting aside pounds, deposited in the bank. Worked hard, toiled? No. Strove? I don't know. Entertainment venue, playing REM, etc. ad nauseum. Looks like an anagram, doesn't it? Mum overcomes Jack in honourable good golf game. Delicate short racket struck at the finish. Delicate shot. Racket is a din. A dink, I guess, is a tap or something in golf, maybe. Ape gets ringing noise outside tank, runs away. Clang. Chimpanzee. Only fish. Landlady gutted. That'll be soul plus ly. Copper insulator. That should be something that a policeman wears. Up with the lark. He's famous for it. That is Vaughan Williams, who did the Lark Ascending. Worked hard. It's not strove. I don't know. Saved. Slaved. Amusement arcade will be this anagram. This must be mahjong. Good golf is GG. Okay, chime around panzer gives us chimpanzee. 10 across. Wanderer heading west, loaded with east. Okay, that's a reverse nomad. Mint in silver, wrapping I et at the outside. This looks like polo. In polo in AG for Argentum and IA, I8 at the outset. Okay. Oscar winner, Charles is cycling assault. Oscar winner, Charles is cycling. Charles, such as the hollies, evergreens, perennial hits. One aiming a fast buck. Let's say or deer. I can't even read it. It's going to make the clue much more exciting. I don't actually know what it is. It does seem to be a fast buck or deer. Is that a stag? Do stags in the stock market go for a fast buck? Earth to become fine with time. Leave having failed intake exam. Make an exit. Anagram of intake exam. Fairground attraction. Song adopting American English. Carousel. Carol with USE inside. Where unchallenged professor might relax in an easy chair. Earth to become fine with time. Earth. Raj account. This is a passage to India probably. We'll look at the rest of it later. Rough partner is a reeve. Female rough or male rough, can't remember. Follow us heading north in unspoiled. Okay, us reversed in pure. Hotshot lawyer, legal eagle. Don't need to look at the rest. Carve cross, removing each end. Could be a lot of things. What's this? Drink, oh, draft excluder. Drink is a draft. Don't need to check the rest. That's going to be right. Attract liberal in a manner of speaking. Draw L for a drawl. Mathematician, prompt. Reverse Q and then lid, Euclid. Bevan almost succeeded to get on top of mass disorder. Bevan is nigh, isn't it? Aneurin. Aneurysm, is that how you spell it? I would not have said so. Like one of those 24-hour bugs, ephemeral, mayflies are ephemerae. Carve cross, removing each edge. Tetchy, minus the edges. Go on to side cat, gate crash, very pathetic party. Go on to gate crash, very pathetic. Add gate crashing so, and a sado is a pathetic party. Charles Lawton won an Oscar. He directed Night of the Hunter, didn't he? Alright, Earth to become fine with time. Should be easy, but why isn't it? It's not sate, I don't think. Earth to become fine with time. Set. Become fine. Okay, I think that's an Earth. Must be that, mustn't it? Badger's Earth. Alright, under 6 minutes. 8 is the one I couldn't parse. Onslaught. Oh yeah, Charles Lawton, right? What did he win an Oscar for? He won for... Did he play Henry VIII or something? You can see the things I've been looking at in my search history. Carol of the Bells. I was like, who wrote Carol of the Bells? It's Leontovich. Never going to remember that. Charles Lawton, Oscar. Ooh, he won Best Actor in 34. The Private Life of Henry VIII. So I was right. Though I would never have remembered that it was called The Private Life of Henry VIII. But I got the right role anyway. Charles Lawton and Catherine Hepburn. Alright, enough of that. Okay. Oh, no, back. Back in time. Alright. That's Tuesday. Let's do Wednesday. Concise. Potential source of injury. Highly conductive metal, probably copper. Great bravery, bravado. Old-fashioned ships, galleon. Stare, spectrum, how about range? Grid-like framework lattice, as in a lovely lattice pie. Martini, we like those. Escorting or guiding in. Ushering. Soothe. Point of view, maybe stance. Forbidden belief. Heresy. Airship is a zeppelin. One sharing, living, or maybe a roommate. Okay, a steamer. We don't have those either. This is the Oki. Displace unceremoniously. Uproot, maybe? Detecting device. Okay. Hazard can cause injury. Reproach. What's this? Pupa. Chrysalis. Great bravery is heroism. Censor. Taste. Seatbelt. Audition. Old sayings. Adages. Ghetto. Meager. Note how to spell meager Americans, that's correct. Numb. Becalm. And we see hazardous at the top, in the top row, and substance at the bottom, which will do me as far as Ninas are concerned. 7 of 84. Hey, it's not bad. Not bad. Alright, Wednesday's QC. You're really getting a lot of crossword for your buck per minute here. Sailor stabbed, doubled over. Shortly put down one chapter in colloquial speech. End with IC. Basket maker, more comforts, cozier minus C. Prepare to swallow a red wine at the start. Set of bells in collar moving. That's a carillon. Get thanks when opening a can. Get thanks. Attain. Tar inside a tin. Sun makes big strides. Sun lopes. Regular staff. One looking after cattle. It's not co-worker. A convict returning for festivals. Gala. A lag reversed. Female at Hebridean Isle. Simulated. Pressure P on is re. Nurses tend. Part of simple sum in school exam. Alright. Support for limb. Seizure. Bird of prey. Child has on a string. It's not a yo-yo. By the sound of it, swallowed a delicious drink. Briefly run up to a series of flow till A. Bore strict training. That's a drill. Best seats here. Grandstand. Remove restrictions from declassify. Is an anagram. Steal identity. Nickname. In large level area, place a meal for all to see. Plate A U. Specimen small, more than adequate, ample. Toxic gas over region. Secretly look up. Okay, that's peak reversed, keep whatever, saying we've had that before. Part of simple sum, 11 plus. Might not be simple, it depends what you're adding to it. Over region is ozone. Stock. Oh no, stock man, regular staff, sure. Female. F at Iona is in the Hebrides, I would assume. Is this dialect? Shortly put down, one chapter. Not sure. Prepare to swallow a red wine at the start. A red is Che Guevara, comes up a lot in crosswords, very convenient. Stabbed, doubled over, yeah. By the sound of it, swallowed. Nectar. That doesn't sound anything like nectar. Okay, shortly put down in colloquial speech. Demotic is colloquial speech. Motionless initially. Support for limb, what's that? Bird of prey child has on a string. Kite. Why did my brain go to yo-yo? Don't know. Doubled over. Sailor stabbed, doubled over. Jack knifed. Support for limb. Motionless initially in seizure. Arrest. Oh, that's quite nice. I thought that was quite a hard cryptic. Don't know about you. 4 minutes. Standards really are slipping in these parts. Okay, the cryptic for Wednesday. Irish clan established around Priest Haggard originally. It's a sept, is an Irish clan. Landlord initially thrown by elusive girls. Rental arrangement. Letter Ch. Who's an elusive girl? Sultan's Palace complex is large and old. Okay, an anagram of is large plus an O, we get Seraglio, which is where you keep your ladies. Joke-eyed setup and attempt, expressing expert opinion. Okay, punditry, pun plus reversed eyed plus try for attempt. Frenchman introducing canon backing. Rene plus reversed law. Law is canon. Broadcast using sad. Okay, anagram of losing sad to give us glissando. Musical, West Side Story. We don't need to check that. Enticing berries. I still mostly supply. Irresistible is probably a supple anagram of those words. Body artist. Don't need to check. Miner's rational about famous statue, endlessly studying figures. Sounds like Euro, NUM, Eros, logical. Landlord initially, it's not letter. Wood turns tail, having left instrument in the kitchen. Wood, timber? Timbrel. What is a timbrel? I thought that was a thing that you used to drag corpses around. That's a tumbrel. Or maybe a drum. I don't know what a timbrel is. Character in Thessaloniki carrying home money inside row. Scandinavian chap raised one in the Washington area. Cowardly to react thus to being hurt. Yell ow. Don't think that's cowardly. Okay, tenancy. Nancy must be exclusive. Don't know if that's right. One in the Washington area. Scandinavian. Nordic. Chap raised one in the Washington area. Ron reverse plus DC with one in it. Old Soldiers, high-class article about hard left. Landlord initially thrown by elusive subtenancy? Landlord initially thrown by subtle Nancy, elusive girl. Okay. Okay, advantageous, it's useful. Most of deprived area, ghetto, give us spaghetti. Holy Willy, type involved with choir. Willy? Holy Willy, type, it's an anagram of type and choir. Holy. Conspicuous way, salient, a lean in ST. A lot of skill required to capture neat craft. Neat could be arcs. A second US statement perhaps. Not a political enabler. Senator? A centaur, I guess, is some kind of enabler. In Massachusetts, hidden in Massachusetts, are respected. A lot of skill required to capture neat craft. Okay, foxiness. I guess finesse. I guess foxiness is craftiness. Holy Willy. Okay, hypocrite. Interesting definition. That's an anagram of type and choir. Advance after crossing island post around I. What's shown by a couple of liberals briefly. That's 50 and 50, L and L. Old woman's ultimately serious condition. Condition is if. Massif. Asian dish having edge over a French reversed lip. Hello, Liari. Idiot. European in South Africa left Durban, for example. That's quite an easy one for a Wednesday. See how incredibly fast everyone else did it. Depress myself. Moan on 3, Magoo on 4, me on 5. Proximus said longe. Maxima. Tertius said longe. Okay. Alright, Thursday. I can do it a whole week. I'm going to do it. Alright, concise. Bolt firing weapon, ballista. Sprint. Professional who designs urban spaces. That's a town planner. Is this a GOG? I don't know, help, maybe assist. Elopes. Ant or bee, probably an ant. Bring into the country, import, polar region, Arctic work written in verse. Nursery rhyme character, exam could be a test. Mosaic pieces, oh, is it tesseras? Tesserae? Oh, I'm not sure about that. Could be tessellae. I can't remember. This is calamari. Oh man, I like ballista as well. Crossbow, smog, bank, statement, walkie-talkies, dynamo, sleeve, toss-up, python, sycamore, marine, work produced, output, prod, poke, nursery rhyme character, simple Simon, metapyman, Simon Anthony going to a fair. I don't know if it's Tesserae or Tesserae. I don't care enough to check. Tessera, Tesserae, Tessellae. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that was good. Even Stevens with Mr. Andrew Fisher of Australian fame. 20 20 minutes is amazing, 30 or 40 is more fun. Yeah. Some people say, shouldn't you stop and smell the roses instead of dashing through the crosswords so fast? But I always say, you don't have that much time in the day. As we get older, we have less and less time, and we've got to. If I can do all of these in an hour, then I don't think I would enjoy it more if it took me like a whole day to do all these. Be awful. Got to get on. I'm so far behind. Incitement to riot, say, in second issue. One part of skirt that's meant to attract attention. A hem? 1,000 in America or less. Faked feeding frenzy. Fish that's set before. This seems quite hard. Turmoil minutes after master. Interrupted by learner. Turmoil. How board game ends decisively for patient, perhaps. Inmate. That's quite decisive. Something seen at the end of a film. Anagram of direct. Parade statement that becomes true on April Fool's Day. March past. Local piece of music. That's a bar. Like days in June around south affected by dryness. Useful kind of check. Blank. Very useful. L in bank. Sound from pen and old writing material. Old ink. Oink you would hear in a pig pen. You are heard with kindness and with quick response. Eastern fighters. Is samurai? Rum hidden in something something. Both extremes of democracy fine for Americans. D and Y to give us dandy. Experiment with strikes in international meetings. Test with matches. Compensate for not shooting film. Cricketing feat. Replicated a dozen times for 1,200 mark. First man's address. M. Adam. Enigmatic as unclear bits. That's an anagram of inscrutable. Chap screening pictures. One is E.T. Man's screening art 1. Name in part of Eurasia and in Turkey. Turkiya now. Professional who can work. Saying bottoms up endlessly. Hidden reversed in bottoms. Be said to survive. Explosion. Sedition. Second edition. Incitement to riot. 1,000 in America. M in US. Feeding frenzy. An anagram of feeding, we get famed. Before me in scales you have Ray as in do, re, mi. This is male strong is the only thing it can be. Thirsty. 30 days in June around S for South. With quick response. Offset, not shooting film. Professional who can work with either half of suitcase. Professional. Be said to survive, be said and then last. You are with gently. You can work on either half a suitcase. Sawyer, lawyer. Can work on a suit or on a case. That was quite an interesting QC. I feel like my average used to be like 230. I mean, that was my good average, but I feel like they've gotten a bit harder, or I've just been away way too long. Alright. We are on to Thursday. Okay, it's most unlikely ones to adopt broad church article. Most unlikely a sign of healing in Charlie's back muscle. Scar? Capable of a lack of sentiment, daughters planning mischief. Oh dear, capable of a lack of sentiment. I must encounter resistance, a big blow. No longer kept a secret from pupils, put on pedestal outside. Oh my goodness. Declassified, put on pedestal is deified. There we go. We're on the board. Transporter, one covertly shifting black blocks. Sponsor and brief come together. Angel? And brief is Anne, and then gel is come together. Boast loudly and excessively. Crows. Crow's feet. Boast loudly. Crow's F. Crow's foot excessively is 2. Capable of a lack of sentiment. Daughter's planning mischief. Okay, up to no good. A lack of sentiment. Goo is sentiment and D is daughter. Okay, that makes sense. Neighbour roughly chucking out ball about minus U. As high as a man can get climbing in Scotland. It's most unlikely ones to adopt broad church article. What is this? A number needing to change footwear after tango. A number. T for 2? Footwear anagram, yeah. Frequent shortening spoils books. Band has not performed solo in CD venue. Bill, especially silly person accepts for larger server. This seems like a fairly tough one. Conveyor? Conveyor belt? Try that. Germany's daily, looking back on islands at war-torn province. Germany's daily, the build. Let me just check this. One covertly shifting. Yeah, that's an anagram of one covertly with B in it. Maybe don't fancy this immediately. Just like that. If you don't fancy this, you just like that. Ply trade primarily with unsophisticated local head. Revealing all the latest. That is expert outwardly. Revealing all the latest in there. That is expert revealing. Fresher after this, first degree. Fresher after this, first degree. Chap not touching alcohol, getting in rounds. That's TT in 2 round figures. Alluring bottom. Alluring bottom, right by monkey's tail. Sexy? No. Monkey's tail is Y. Son leaving school with gypsy misbehaving. That's an anagram of psychology. Fresher after this, first degree. Tonic? White rag being waved, road closed. That's concerning. White rag being waved. A fat chance. It's most unlikely. Ace with fat CH inside it. Alright, as high as a man can get climbing in Scotland. Alto. Yes, it's the highest male register. In a row with TUC, union so put out. In a row with? Continuous would be in a row with. Charlie's back muscle. Well, that is scar, but I haven't got it yet. I must encounter resistance, a big blow. A oneer, I think, might be a big blow. Sound of quarrel among directors, leaving one thoroughly fed up. Sound of quarrel among directors, leaving one. Bored? Board stiff? Board's tiff. Charlie's back, C's back, then ab is of course a muscle. Frequent shortening spoils books. Frequent haunt. Spoils being a haul. I feel like that's with. White rag being waved. Road closed. Not sure though. Local head. Ply, thickness. Trade primarily with hick. Revealing all the latest, that is expert outwardly. Revealing in the duff, revealing all. Is that right? That is expert outwardly. Revealing all, the latest. That is expert. With regard to, we'll probably write there. In the duff, revealing all. The latest. Yeah, I don't get that. I'll think about that later. Girl being smart, a liability, reportedly. Bernadette is a liability. Fresher after this, first degree. Tonic? Really not sure about some of these. Alluring. Bottom right by Monkey's Tail. I probably do have an area, yeah. Fly is thick, and that's right. Crow's foot is right. With regard to, yeah, I don't know. Bernadette. Conveyor belt. Yeah, this is a good one. Band has not performed solo in seedy venue. Band has not performed solo in seedy venue. Yeah, I should parse more things. In the buff. That's the word, not up the duff, in the buff. Yeah. Thank you, yeah. I do need to be more careful. Band has not performed solo in seedy venue. Strip joint. Admission from one who does people's picture. Icon. Assigned work heading off to find shade. Stint. Is Idlib a thing? Look up Idlib. I don't know Idlib. Oh, it's in Syria. Well, that makes sense. Bill, especially. Okay, this is tablespoon is a larger server. Alluring. Okay, bottom right by Monkey's Tail. Alluring bottom. Alluring. Right. Yeah, this one is not on my wavelength. Fresher, is this just, this must be tonic, mustn't it? Can't be tunic. this first degree. I don't know. Bottom right by Monkey's Tail. Luring bottom right by Monkey's Tail. Just can't pass these. Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, by is X, so southeast now. Southeast is the bottom right of the compass. Fresher after this first degree. Tonic, tenic, tinic, tunic, tannic. I'm just going to go for it. That was hard. Might be wrong. Up the buff.
Set an 8-minute timer.
8 minutes.
Wow.
Starting now.
So, what's going on with Fresher? Someone tell me, what are you here for, if not to tell me what's going on with this clue? Fresher after this first degree. Feels like something musical. Fresher after this. George explains tonic in the blog. Fresher after this first degree. Let's have a look. Definitions of fresher. I haven't read the blog, needless to say. Fresher. Yeah, the first degree of a musical scale. Oh, okay. Fresher after this, tonic. I'm fresher after I drink gin and tonic, but I don't know if that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's a hard one to get on the wavelength. I'm glad that you did remind me that in the duff does not mean naked. Totally in the buff. So my excuse for that is that my students can't tell they're second graders, and they can't tell their B's from D's, and it's contagious. It's contagious. All right, Friday, best day of the week, and then we'll call it quits. Pierce, Bill, maybe. Spin, turn. Scotland's longest river, is that the Tay? Thus, therefore, report, street, thar. Disorderly yob. Nick. Darwin, that's an Australian city. Picky. Electorate. Mollycoddle. Cosset. Implore. Lance. Victor. 7 sounds like heptathlon. Plastic. Tyrone. Embody. Sydney. Why did I go for Darwin when Sydney was available on 6? Interesting. Reattempt. Hooligan. Talking of people from Tyrone. Increase. Spin. Robin. Foggy. Duff does refer to the buttocks. Ooh, fourth equal. We're all coming in at like the 127 mark, apart from Moan and some neutrino cheater. Boo to neutrinos. Why do they do it? I don't know. I feel that about most elementary particles though. Why do subatomic particles do what they do? I don't know. Area clear, area red. Wedding attendant is French male in bar. Best man? Ban is bar. is in French. Est. Homespun savory biscuit accompanies quantity of beer. Homespun. You hempen homespun. Born in June. Female. Finally, last letters. Detach. Page following French article, e.g. Cooking vessel. Anagram of 2 pets. Alien sport broadcast. Etruria. Last part of fish, Alan halved. Australian truck, that's a ute. Mute. Shrewd king protected by outstanding old nobleman abroad. Blimey, what's that? Country artist probing level of brightness. Level of brightness is IQ. Barnes. I used to visit friends who lived in Barnes. Hanbury and Ray. Serious illness. Mark felt awful continually. Scarlet felt awful. Letf ever. Ruin zest. Mar zip an. Duck initially enters river. Duck. Homespun. Alright, last part of fish, Alan halved. Part of fish is a fin. Controls art gallery. Okay, controls is Rains, art gallery is Tate. Then a homophone of meant. Maybe Porter rests on this. Is this spearmet? Seems to work. Enclosed area 3 feet. Yard, it's 3 feet, right? Scared of that clue for some reason. Every bovine animal, skin, okay, per ox, then eyed. Narrative, books by editor, okay, tail NT ed. Familiars, O'Fay. Card game, nap taking place here, crib. If you've actually had a small child, you will know they don't actually ever nap in their crib, they just won't. Napoleon battle, hidden reversed in mundane journal, that's Jena. A huge sum of money, that's going to be a king's ransom. This is looking quite pangrammatic, isn't it? Cracker barrel is a thing. Duck is nil. Shrewd. King protected by outstanding old nobleman abroad. Shrewd. King outstanding. Dew. Archduke. The snitch only uses times from people who are honest, but not the crossword. Crossword. Yeah, it messes up the snitch because they're mostly honest, but sometimes they're not, and then they forget to click do not submit my time. I try to do that. Is this the last crossword? It might be. How long have I been on? For a while. I don't know. Hope I'm streaming. Got up to make deliveries, which may be under arrangement. Boots fit, needing 9 regularly. So IE would be at the end there. Disagreement, heretic enters. Okay, Arian is a heresy. Arius was a big heretic back in the day when I was young. Tenant without cover for expense. Does twist. Bolero often follows this. Revels Bolero. One who's drafted isn't taking against longhand. Listen carefully to sounds of brooks around middle of glen. Sounds of brooks. Babbles. Be all ears? Middle of glen is LE. BLRs. Sander Brooks Bears. No, I think that's probably right. Lines cut by an ape to get a lapel. One who's drafted. Got up. It's got to be Rose. Rose Bowl. One who's drafted isn't taking against Longhand. Drafted. One staying behind in person. It's not some kind of mad clue for wicket keeper, is it? Which I wouldn't understand. This looks quite good and Friday-ish. Crates preparing to take off with other holiday makers. Package tours? Don't know. Is bass cornet playing in this brass section? It's an anagram. Counters scuba failing amidst rising waters. Reversed C around abacus. Oh, I like that. Counters, abacuses. After a noise of display, very loudly, regret backing driver. Noise of display, chauffe, something like that. Show plus very loud is FF. You miss perhaps light. Okay, lava lamp. Lava lamps used to be really in thing back in the day, not so much anymore. Peel off fine red pigment. Lake is a pigment. Sham An, fake article. Higher following small meal. Upper. Oh, it's got to be wicket keeper, but I don't know why. I don't know what cricket is. Magnetic problem. Church musician upset his rector. Chorister. Okay, let's forget about package. Crates preparing to take off. Girl's wrath and anger oddly vanishing. Irene without any of the odd letters. Anger, sorry. Ire is wrath. Took food back to consume best. Recycled rubbish. Female has left daughter. Recycled rubbish. Female has left. Okay, rubbish is refuse, minus F for female, but D on the end from daughter. In person equals better. Oh, in person. Alright. I don't know. During interval, half of cast, note, needed a drink. Third is an interval, half of cast is ST. Upright at the pole. Magnetic problem. Able to live in many places using EU railway to choose almost. That's going to be some kind of Greek word, isn't it? Perhaps meet 5 out of 17. What? Call, which people hope to make with letters. Text MSG, I don't know. Worry, kings trapped by duty. Worry, duty. Able to live in many, probably EU railway to pick. Okay, yeah, there you go. Eurotopic. You're right, that is straightforward. Call which people hope to make with letters. Magnetic problem with recording north upright. finish this up. Dinner time. Took food back to consume best. Took food back to consume. Lock by only peer. But is only and tress is a lock. It's got to be through. Is recording north upright. Okay. It's something through. I can work this out. THROUG. Print through? I've never heard of that. Seems like it might be that though. Took food back to consume best. Took food back. 8? No. Okay, eat. Okay, fed is took food. Fed and eat. Crates preparing to take off. Okay, packing cases. It's better than package tours. Call something post. Last post. Oh yes, I'm always trying to make the last post on 11 a.m. on Sunday to try and send my listeners off, and I couldn't do it this week because it was a numerical. I did finish it, but it took me longer. Perhaps meet 5 out of 17. Tenant without cover for expense. Lessor, lessee. Okay, without is less, and then EE is the first and last letters of expense. 5 out of 17. Worry, kings trapped by duty. Is this exercise? King Edward trapped by excise, which is a tax, which is a duty. Okay, boot. I mean, 9 regularly is that. Boot is a welly. Fit is well, yes. 5 letters out of 17 gives us event. One who's drafted isn't against taking longhand. Script. Conscript. Conscript without con. You're a topic. More words like that, please, in the crossword. All right, I think I've gone through an entire week of puzzles. Yeah, at a fairly fast clip, though. Obviously, going to need to be faster for the competition. I've got a few months to get faster and faster. Yeah, I need to be down in this time for sure. Maybe quicker. Oh, Magoo took a while on that one. Maybe he was blogging it too. I would like to think that blogging adds a few minutes. Anyway, I'm going to go to dinner. Lovely to see you all, and I will see you again maybe tomorrow.